All right.
And we're back!
Alrighty. Long hiatus. That was a mid-season finale, the last episode, I guess you could say.
Yeah, there you go.
We had enough content to last you guys until now, so that episode was fucking a monster.
That was a long one. How long was it?
Almost 3 hours. It was 2 hours and like 56 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it took me like 2 days to listen to it all.
Yeah, because usually now when we post episodes that are regular length, it gets up to like 12 views within a day. That one within a day got to 3 views.
Wow,
so,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's like...
and those views are if they finish it, right?
If they watch the whole thing. All
12
the way
people
through.
listen to this? I think that's amazing.
Yeah, it blows my mind.
12 people.
Remember we were just getting like 1 or 2 within a week?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when we would just listen to it, but...
That's really cool.
No, it's like, we're up to... We have quite a bit of... I'm proud of the likes we have on Facebook.
Oh,
and,
me too.
And I'm pretty sure people have stumbled across our podcast on iTunes and stuff. Maybe not subscribe to it, but
Right. Listen, give it a listen.
Exactly, because that's how I am with a lot of things on YouTube. Like, I don't subscribe, but I just go to the page to see if they have any new postings, which I should just subscribe. So
that's exactly what I do.
But
I only subscribe to ours because it's ours.
Right, but no, yeah. So I've had crazy few weeks here lately. I've had a sinus infection. These allergies in South Texas have just been killing me. I went to WrestleMania this past weekend, which these past couple weeks too, I've been doing a lot of Lyft, trying to make extra money for WrestleMania.
How is Lyft? I mean,
Lyft is cool.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I like it.
How much? Well, I guess you don't have to tell me how much you make, but how much?
How much money you make on it?
I mean, okay, without getting too specific, but it's a good amount of. I mean, how do you get paid a week?
You get paid every week.
Every week.
You get paid every week,
and it's an hourly gig.
It's not an hourly gig.
It's not an hourly.
It's based on how many rides you give. So how it works, if you're a driver, you go online, you download the stupid Lyft driver app, you go online, and you can either wait in a parking lot or just wait to get a ride. Typically what I do is I drive around, because if you drive around, you're more likely to get a ride because you may be close to someone requesting a ride.
Okay, versus just staying.
Just waiting, and then it would probably be somebody in your local area or in your general area. So that's what I do, is I drive around.
All of San Antonio?
Not all of San Antonio. I start in this area, then I maybe move to where I work, drive around that area, then I maybe move to like the south side. Just depends. Just depends on where I'm going. And also too, if I do get a ride, it depends on where I drop them off, drive around and stuff. If I'm not getting anything, I move around. So like if you take an Uber, you take a Lyft, let's say your ride is $12, right? I'm being even. So you pay $12 to go to A to B. So that's how much you pay. That's how much gets charged to your card. The Lyft driver gets, I don't know the exact percentage, but a Lyft driver gets a portion of that $12. Typically, it's a good chunk because, Lyft still has to make money too.
Right.
So when you get that money, so let's say, again, I'm being just off the top of my head.
Do you get the higher cut?
We get the higher cut.
Oh, okay.
So like, let's say off a $12.
You just gotta pay your dues.
Yeah, so a $12 ride, I'll probably get $8 off of that. Yeah. So I'll probably get $8 off of that. Lyft gets the $4 fees or whatever. And if there's any tip, like let's say you tip $3, then I get that $3. That's not feed out. So then it just depends.
Okay, it's kind of like a serving gig then too.
Yeah.
The only thing is you just don't work as long as like a server might.
I can work as long as I want, as little as I want. All I have to do is
24/7?
It's 24/7.
You could work all through the night.
I can work all through the night if people are requesting rides.
You could, let's say you go home and you do, whatever. You go home, you go, but you're just still on the clock. You just leave your phone on, like at home, and say something pings up at 2 a.m. You just go get in your car and take care of it.
Yeah, it probably won't be the best thing to do because then I gotta what if I'm not dressed? I gotta get a ride. Well, that's what I was just saying. Like it's only
up in your pajamas, too.
Yeah, it's like. But they still want it to be professional. They still want you to be on time with everything. Like they don't want. Like, if I'm, eating dinner, then I can just request a ride. Because also, too, it times me. If I don't go pick them up in a certain time, Lyft will cancel the ride, and then it'll look bad on my end.
I see.
Yeah, so...
I was going to say, so if there's not a lot of Lyft drivers, say at 3 a.m., not a lot of Lyft drivers around, because... Okay, right, just 3 a.m. But say you're still on, like you're still on call, but you're just hanging out, you're asleep or whatever.
I can't do that. No.
You can't do that.
Well, I shouldn't be doing that.
They don't want you to do that.
So when the app, it has a little like thing you tap. It's like a
Uh-huh.
little steering wheel.
Uh-huh.
So I click that, I'm online. So
Yeah.
while I'm online, I can get rides. If I'm
Yeah.
not online, if I don't want to be giving rides, or if I'm going to go home,
Can
sleep,
you do this whenever?
Whenever, yeah.
You right now, just click your thing right now.
If I clicked on right now, I wouldn't want to.
No, I know, but I'm saying that's how you.
If I wanted to, like, if I was like, you know what, I'm done with the episode, I want to go do Lyft.
Yeah,
I would just go online, and yeah. But
that's pretty cool.
I was like, but preferably they want you in your car, ready to take
Oh,
rides
I
and stuff
see.
like that.
Okay.
Because I mean, it's still because like it's just kind of that whole like they don't know what I'm really doing. They don't know if I'm in my car or not. It goes based upon the location of the phone. But it's like,
Well, that was my thing. Say there's. I know this is ridiculous to think because it's San Antonio, but say there's 3 of you guys. Say it's you and 2 other guys, all on the north side, but you're just a little closer to the south side, and someone on the south side needs a ride at 3 a.m. Does it go to you? Or I mean, what if there's no one around them? Like
yeah, it'll just go to whoever's the closest.
even if
Lyft
it's
driver.
across town.
Yeah.
Because that's all there is. Yeah. So you potentially could do that,
Yeah.
but you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, and
just
also
one
too,
thing.
but like if I'm taking a long time to get over there, either Lyft can cancel it or the actual passenger can cancel it.
Right, because they're like, where the fuck is my car?
Exactly. Like, hey, I need to get
Yeah.
going somewhere. It's taking forever, so they'll cancel it. But no, San Antonio is chock full of Uber and Lyft drivers, so that would never be the case.
You know what's funny is that I've never taken an Uber or Lyft in maybe once, maybe a couple times, but very rare occasions that I do that here in town. But in Austin, that's all we use in Austin is Lyft because to get in and out of 6th Street and just to park in general, there's no fucking parking
It's terrible.
in Austin. So
Yeah.
we use I think it's either Lyft. I don't think they have Uber right now because Uber was like, or maybe they came back. But it was another one called something like Fasten. I think it was Fasten, like
What's
fasten
that?
your seatbelt. But they got rid of Uber because someone got raped or something, an Uber driver.
Yeah,
and they didn't
want to,
they didn't want to pay those or some they passed something.
Uber's getting in a lot of trouble here lately because also they introduced, I think it was in California, it was in some state, they introduced a self-driving car, and the self-driving car killed someone.
Oh fuck!
It didn't. There was somebody.
I just can't trust. I can't trust. the
Yeah, I was
self-driving car.
like, one. That's
I'd be
weird.
so uncomfortable. I'd be like, ah,
Right? Like, what's going on?
I can't feel the brake. Like,
Exactly. So somebody was either on their bike or walking with their bike across the street.
Oh,
car
shit.
didn't sense it. Smacked right into him.
There's just no fucking way.
Ran him
It just
over.
kept going.
Well, it was, like the car kept going,
Yeah,
but the
that's what I'm
person
saying.
under the car
Right. Ugh.
dead.
I
So
mean, there's just. I mean, I guess there is a way, but fuck. I'm
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
was
be
like,
getting in one.
who's
anytime
your
soon.
Uber driver?
I'm
the
gonna
car.
be a fucking Will Smith in my 80s. Like, I don't trust those fucking robots. Like,
Fucking
that's
robot.
not how you do it.
Yeah, but no, Lyft is really cool, and the longer you stay online, the more opportunities you get for rides, and the more rides you get, the more money you get, so all of that is really on how much you want to put in. So that's what I was
What
really
if someone pukes in your car?
I gotta clean it.
They don't charge the guy? They have their card and all that. There's not like a fee or something?
If they puke in my car?
Like if you can't report it to Uber or Lyft and be like, this piece of shit puked in my car. And
I mean, I could give them a bad rating, but I mean...
It doesn't... Oh, so it doesn't charge them nothing, though. Because, like a limo or like a cab?
Because this is my car. I'm responsible for cleanliness.
Well,
if somebody throws up in my car, I'm responsible for it.
Well, a cab, there's like a $500 fine.
Yeah,
if you,
but this
puke in a
isn't
cab.
this isn't a cab service. This
Right.
is just it's considered a personal contractor job.
So
Private contractor job. So yeah, so it's like if my car breaks down, and while I'm driving or whatever, it's like all I got to do is report it to Lyft. Lyft will send another driver out to pick up the passenger.
Yeah.
And then I'm on my own. It's so it's like they.
Well, that sucks. I thought they at least fucked with the person a little bit.
No, it was like I mean I could give them a bad ride. I can give them a bad review and put like. This dude pukes in his car. It's like, yeah, but all it's going to do is when he gets another ride, it's going to show he has a low rating, and then the next driver could be like, never mind, I don't want to give this guy a ride.
Usually, whatever.
And they're like, fuck it, whatever. Yeah, because I've gotten people that are rated like 2 and 1 star, and I'm just like, hey, what's going on? Like, I was like, I don't know why they got bad ratings with other people.
I'm not getting a tip, but
I was like, whatever.
A piece of the pie anyways, or through cash. So.
Yeah, so that's been going pretty good. I did a lot because I was really doing it sporadically, but I wanted to do a lot these past couple weeks to make that extra cash for Mania.
Sure.
Which Mania was an amazing experience. Loved it. New Orleans was awesome. Great to be back as an adult. So
I went to New Orleans once and I fucking hated it.
Really?
I fucking hated it.
When did you go?
We went to the jazz festival because Stevie Wonder, and we saw Stevie Wonder and Snoop Dogg.
Allah.
And that was nice and all, but I'm not a concert person. So I'm in the midst of the amazing music. I'm always like, it's fucking hot. There's way too many people here. How are we gonna get out? That's all I think about the whole time. I suck at that. But we went and it was fucking horrible. Everyone was rude as fuck.
Really?
Everyone was a dick.
The
people like when we got there,
like city goers or employees,
like employees, like everywhere we went.
Wait, where was the jazz festival at?
It was in the quarter, or like around the quarter.
Okay.
Around there, I don't fuck. We got an Uber,
right?
But it was close, and we stayed at the Ramada. I might be making that up. Anyways, whatever. The place we stayed at had an IHOP connected to it, right? And so
okay, I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
we passed by that. This weekend,
yeah. So we stayed there, and they're like, "Oh, you get a free breakfast," and we're like, "Oh, that's cool. It's IHOP," because it was just like shitty muffins and like cereal, right? Like
right, stupid waffles.
Yeah.
Drink break.
And so we go to IHOP, and we were pretty low on cash at the time too, because Mrs. Teach, I want to say, had just started her job.
Mm-hmm.
So we got excited. It was the thing. We were buying tickets. She was buying tickets to fucking everything. The Jazz Festival, fucking Chappelle in Austin, fucking Bill Burr. She was just like buying everything, right? I don't know why. I told her this summer, like, cool it.
Hey, take a chill pill, right?
Anyway, so we get whatever. So the next morning, IHOP. We're like, okay, cool. Let's get some IHOP. I wonder what they're gonna get. It's fucking. You get a pick of bread and a juice. So
really?
You can either pick toast, a biscuit, and coffee or orange juice or water. And
oh, wow.
That's the fucking freak. Oh, should I rather have the continental breakfast, right?
Right.
But whatever. We're like, you know what? It's cool. Or I'm like, give me toast, and I'm gonna get a fucking meal. Same with Mrs. Teach. So whatever. And then we leave, and we have leftovers. So I go up to we don't see our server. I go up to the hostess, and she's standing there, and I go up to her and go, hey, could I get just like a to-go box and a silverware? Yeah, whatever. And she doesn't look at me. She doesn't even acknowledge me. She looks at the people that are sitting at, waiting. She goes, table for 4 right this way, and just walks past me.
Oh, wow.
And just totally ignores me. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, that's weird.
Did I speak?
I'm like, did she not see me? And then she comes back and goes, so what'd you need? A couple silverware? And I was like, yeah. and she just gets to, like, nothing though. I mean, she didn't even seem mad. It was just like, that's just how this works. Like, I heard what you said. I took my time with acknowledging you and took care of a whole other task. But I came back and took care of it. And I thought that was so weird and rude. But then I come to feel like that's just how they are down there or something.
I don't know. For me, it felt like Leslie. It's funny. Leslie was joking with me because she was getting mad. Because everywhere we went, every restaurant we went, except for this one because we had a guy, but he was just kind of weird. He was some weird dude. He wasn't rude or nothing, but he was just like he wasn't really saying oh okay or acknowledging anything when we ordered our meals. He was like. And he just shook his head and went back. And then we got the correct food with the way we ordered it correct, but it was just weird for him not to write anything down.
Oh, well, some servers can do that.
Yeah. It was like, but other than that, I was like, every place we went, like, they were calling me, like, they were calling us sweetie, they were calling me baby. This is that. It felt really like Southern love,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, I did have, I forgot where we were at, but I I ordered this, not this, like with my drink. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. Let me go ahead and get that fixed for you. And I was like,
I was expecting that myself.
I was getting a lot of that, and Leslie was like, man, I'm tired of these girls calling you babe, sweetie, and everything. I was like, babe, I was like, it's just Southern hospitality. I was like, it's just different.
So, that was only one case. Like, everywhere we ate, so we went on, what's it called in Bourbon Street?
Bourbon Street,
and everyone was shit there. All the servers, all the
Oh
bartenders.
yeah, Bourbon Street.
They're assholes.
Yeah, they're.
I mean, they were just dicks, right? And then we got fucking swindled by this one. She was talking about like $4 shots or something, right?
Oh no, those are always a mistake.
She totally got. Well, and the thing was I was like, I wasn't going to, but I was just like, are they even fucking strong? And then she was like, all right, big dick, come here. And I was like, oh, okay, well, if you're gonna flatter me, I guess.
They get aggressive, bro.
But so then she's like, here, try. You know, they're strong. Try it. And she puts 2 of the vials in her mouth, and then like goes, you know, for me to take the shot out of her mouth. And then she does it for Mrs. Teach, and then she does it again for me. Each one of the vials was $4, not the 2 that she said. So it was 4 times. It was $24, and I was like, and they weren't that strong. They were very little. I was like, $24, and she's like, and it's funny because when I was walking by, she's like, I ain't gonna rob you, and I was like, no, I know, but I did. And then I'm like, you did fucking rob me. So you did actually fucking rob me. So we paid, and that pissed me off. All the other, and then we go to get some food, and no one's fucking there. It's not even busy. We're waiting at the cash stand, and we're like, do we order here? And they're like, you know, I'll be right with you. And they're like talking, and then they come around, what are you gonna have? It's just like, what the fuck? So anyways, when we left, we were like, man, everyone is just like a sourpuss. Like, I just feel like, and I really was just like, maybe Southern hospitality in Louisiana is not the Texan type that we're used to. Because as soon as we passed into Beaumont and then we went to Jack in the Box, it was all, oh baby, what kind of, you want some ketchup? You need some extra curly fry? And then we were like, we're back in Texas. See how like that fucking changes?
Because see, we went to, because also too, when we got into Baton Rouge, we stopped at a McDonald's to eat real quick because when we were driving back to San Antonio, and like we ordered, you know, 2 double quarter pounders with cheese, you know, the meals or whatever, right? So when they gave us,
you know what they call that in France?
Royale with cheese. Love that. Movie reference. But when they gave us the bag, it had 2 fries but only 1 burger.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's weird. So I went back up and I was like, hey, we just got our food, but it was only 1 burger. We ordered 2 burgers. And she goes, what? She goes, let me see that receipt, honey. And she looked at the receipt. She goes, oh my God, I am so sorry. Let me get this for you, baby. I will get this right now. She goes, hey, we need 1 fresh double quarter pounder. No pickles, no onions. What's going on? Come on now. And I was like, oh. And I'm looking back. Leslie's just like, look at me with a stone face. I'm all.
She didn't like it?
She didn't like people calling me baby and sweetie and stuff.
This woman sounds like she's 50 years old.
No, she was like maybe like 20 something.
Oh.
Like she was.
But you know, that's just the accent there too.
Yeah.
Like
the only bad experience we had was the night that we got to New Orleans, because we went to something what's called WrestleMania Access, which is like a meet and greet. You buy tickets, you get to meet and greet with some of the wrestlers. They're not like the biggest wrestlers, but they're wrestlers nonetheless. You know what I mean? So we left that and we're like, hey, you know what? We just got into town. Let's get a drink or so. You know, let's kind of sightsee a little bit. You know, here at night right before we go to bed. You know, go back to the hotel. Went to a bar. Apparently, Angry Orchard doesn't exist in Louisiana. Like, so we went into a bar. I see they have beers on tap, not Angry Orchard. So I was like, I'm not getting a beer. And so I was looking. I can't really see the fridge, but I see they have bottles of beer. And it's like one of those daiquiri plate, you know, that have the frozen machines and stuff. So I was like, if they don't have Angry Orchard, I'll get one of those.
On Bourbon Street?
It was not on Bourbon Street, but those are everywhere on Bourbon Street.
Oh, the ones with all the frozen?
Yeah, those are tons of places on Bourbon Street.
That was another fucking one that were pieces of shit.
Those places are expensive. But so I walked up to the waitress or whatever, right, or to the bartender, whatever you want to call her. Leslie ordered her drink. She goes, oh, I want a strawberry margarita, whatever, right? Okay, boom. Regular size, boom. And so she just looks at me, and I was like, oh, do you guys have Angry Orchard? Yeah, do we have what? I was like, do you guys have Angry Orchard?
You must be used to this, though. No?
No, I'm not used to it. Like, if I go to a place here and I don't see it on draft, I'll be like, do you guys have Angry Orchard? And be like, we do, but it's only in bottles. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Or, no, we don't, sorry. Or, we're all out. Whatever the case may be. So I was like, do you guys have Angry Orchard? And she was like, what? And I was like, do you guys have Angry Orchard? And she goes, what is that? And I was like, it's a beer. It's like a hard cider. I was like, I don't see it on draft. I was wondering if you had it on bottles. No. And I was like, oh, okay. Can I get let me just get a margarita, I guess. I was like, shit. I was like, shit. I was like, man, my bad, chick. And then, but that other than that, that was the only bad experience we had.
Well, and you know, that's common anywhere. You're going to find, no place has the most cheeriest people every fucking where. But that reminds me of that one of those places in Bourbon Street too, with all the, you know, the machines on the wall with all the margaritas and daiquiris or whatever. we went, and Mrs. Teach, she usually gets really good service. You know, like,
right.
bartenders will overlook me all the time, but if I usually send Mrs. Teach because they'll take care of her usually. So I went to go use the restroom. Yeah, it's a female thing. And I come back, and it was like we were waiting for a long time, and I was like, I need to go take a piss. And I go, and there was a line, and blah, blah, and I wait, and I come back thinking, like, okay, she has to have had the drinks by now. Still, she looked pissed. And, she did have the drinks, though. She looked pissed.
Okay.
And I go, what's wrong? She was like, we've been waiting here for forever, right? And I was like, yeah. She goes, and these people come in, and the people go right to them to serve them. And she goes, I actually was like, I've been waiting. They were like, excuse you, I'm going to help them first, and then I'll be right with you.
Oh, wow.
And then I go, well, what the fuck? I go, let's fucking go. She goes, well, I already fucking paid. They're getting it right now. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I wouldn't have, I was pissed. I'm like, we should have you should have left. You should have texted me and been like, we're fucking out of here. So that was just another example of how
those like daiquiri places?
Yeah. Well, no, of New Orleans in general. My friend, and what happened was our friends were going to take us to this music festival, but they had to pull out right at the last minute because they played rugby. They're a lesbian couple.
Not that lesbians play rugby, it's coincidence.
These lesbians play rugby, and everyone on their team is a lesbian. But their championship ended up being the same weekend as that, and they weren't going to, but the coach was like, we really need you guys, blah, blah, blah. So they pulled out at the end, and one of them, she's actually from Houston. It's my high school friend and her girlfriend.
Oh, I hate driving through Houston.
I fucking hate Houston. Anyway, she's from Houston, and she's black, and she goes, honestly, you might have been kind of, because y'all aren't black, y'all might have had some aspect of, like, you're like a white tourist. So, but obviously, that's not the case.
I was like,
here, I need to make a drink real quick.
You're fine.
You can, okay.
I was like, I don't know, like, with me with New Orleans, I really enjoyed it. Like, I went once as a kid, but I couldn't do a lot because I was a kid, but going this time, no, I had a blast, everybody was really accommodating because it was WrestleMania weekend. So it was nothing but a bunch of wrestling fans out there. And, it was just awesome. It was just a great environment. The hotel staff that we stayed at, they were so happy. They were asking us questions. They were when we checked in, they were like, "Are you guys here for the wrestling party?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're here for WrestleMania." And they were like, "Nice, awesome. Well, hope all your favorite wrestlers win." They were being, not that they watched wrestling, but they were being really engaging with it. It was just really cool. Cause I guess because WWE brought so much money to the city of New Orleans that weekend because the Superdome held 78,000 people for the wrestling show. So that's 78,000, I'm saying like every single person that was there was a tourist staying in New Orleans. But you got to realize that a good majority of those people traveled, to come to this, come to New Orleans, whether it be for the whole weekend like we did, or whether it be just for, Saturday, Sunday, whether it be just for Sunday. So WWE brought a lot of business to brought a lot of money into these local businesses. But no, we had a blast. It was awesome.
That's good though. I'm glad y'all did.
I was like, that sucks about that because I was about to say, I was like, man, we had the greatest service. I wish San Antonio had service like that.
Well, and our friends are like, we need to take y'all back. We're sorry, and we'll show you where to go and how it really should, be like. And then we're like, I don't know. I don't think I want to. When we left, we were like, I don't think I want to come back to New Orleans.
Yeah,
I don't think I want to visit again.
And things are really expensive there.
And then Bourbon Street. The coolest part about Bourbon Street is that you can take your cup on the street.
Yeah.
That's cool. But it's pretty short. 6th Street is longer than Bourbon Street. Before it starts cutting out, all the bars and stuff. And I'm like, 6th Street is kind of more fun than... I thought there would be more excitement and
It's just because it's famous for having a bunch of booze and strip clubs and stuff.
That's 6th... And Rick's was... what's funny is that it's Rick's, right? I think is what the...
Rick's Cabaret? Yeah.
We went in there, and we actually met some from San Antonio. They went to Marshall.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that was funny.
Right.
And she was one of the nicest people, but it's because she's from Texas.
Right.
So.
No, yeah, really that's anywhere you go. It's always hit and miss with how you experience things, but...
Well, the first few times I was like, okay, I'm like, it's a hotel, so I'm sure they just, hate fucking tourists. And then I'm like, the jazz festival
They hate
thing.
their business.
Well, you know how it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, I used to work at Cracker Barrel. I fucking hated all those people. Like, the regulars even more. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, Joe. Like, I don't care if the eggs were fucking great and that you love the pancakes. I know you do. You're here every fucking week. Like, pay and leave.
Give a fuck, Joe.
You know what I mean? Like, so I'm sure they just get old and get tired of it. But, it just seemed like everyone there was just hostile. Like, and I'm like, maybe because it was the festival, it was like, to me, it wasn't even busy. Bourbon Street wasn't packed. I mean, I'm like, 6th Street has more buzz on a Friday night than when we went on a Friday night in Bourbon Street. So,
yeah.
Rick's was cool, though.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's crazy. It's crazy how we had totally different experiences.
Yeah. I might give it another chance.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, I really wish... Not that we were there longer. I mean, we were there for a whole weekend. We drove in Friday, so we were there. We got to New Orleans on Friday around like 3. We checked in. We got into the hotel. We showered, changed and stuff.
And what, it's like an 8-hour drive?
It's a 9-hour drive, yeah. 8.5, 9 hours, just depending on traffic.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and we got there. We ate. After we did the WrestleMania Access, we ate dinner. You know, we had a drink, walked back to the hotel, went to bed. Saturday we ate breakfast. We went to the Museum of Death, which is a pretty interesting museum. Leslie was really into it. I was really into it. Then from there we walked down Bourbon Street. You know, during the daytime doesn't have a lot of shit going on, but bars and stuff are open.
It is a cool area though, just to look at. Yeah.
And then we went from there. We walked all the way down Bourbon Street. We got to Jackson Square. We took pictures in front of that big cathedral thing. We saw the Mississippi River. We wanted to do Cafe Du Monde, but it was too packed.
Yeah.
We walked down to this voodoo shop Leslie wanted to check out. It's called Hex.
Oh, really? It's not.
We didn't go to the Marie Laveau's.
Marie Laveau.
Yeah, we didn't do that one.
That's the one we went to.
It's like we went because she saw it on Facebook. So
that one place with the serial killers or like the Museum of Death.
Yeah,
that was dope. I wish we would have done that.
Dude, it was fucking badass. It just sucks that you couldn't take pictures, which I'm okay. I would have grossed out all my friends on Snapchat. But they have like, so the first part you walk into has like stuffed animals and like stuffed like things. Like it's kind of like history of like how people take care of people and animals and stuff after they die. So then you go from that, and then you go into a second room, and then that's when it has all the serial killer stuff. Charles Manson, John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer. It has all this stuff. It has like the artwork that they did while they were in prison, which some of that stuff was really like sick and demented. Like, not that it was graphic, but just kind of like the imagery was kind of like, ew. Like John Wayne Gacy had a photo. It was of a cemetery at nighttime. It was like just grass, and then it had like a brown patch of dirt, like I guess where he was buried. It had tombstone with his initials on it, and then it was a blue night sky, but in the night sky it was just 2 set of eyes. It was like, there's just a pair of eyes, and it was just kind of like, ugh, like what is that supposed to represent? Like, that's just weird. So, because Leslie, she's studying that kind of stuff. She's studying the psychology. She's studying the criminal science and all this stuff and bodies and stuff. So just the look on her face, looking at all that kind of stuff was really cool. I loved it because I love blood and gore. I like sick, fucked up things. So I was like, oh man, the OJ, his wife, when he killed her, they had the crime scene photos of his wife and that guy that he killed. Dude, her neck was like open, like, and all her like stuff. They had pictures of the crime scene.
Wow.
They had pictures of the Charles Manson crime scenes, and like there was a chick that like, and there was it had some picture of some like porn star back in the 70s or something. I can't remember her name, but it was kind of like one of the first cases of autoerotic asphyxiation, of like one of the first noted ones. Yeah. Pretty sure people doing that forever, but like, so she was naked and like just naked, and she had a bag wrapped around her head, and her like, and they showed like where her face was all like, ugh, like in the bag. Then they had photos of like her face, like when they took the bag off, her face was all purple and bloated, her eye was hanging out, like fucking rowdy. And I was like, oh, like I'm laughing at everything. I'm like, this is fucking hilarious. Like, this is awesome. And then when you get into the back, then it has like old funeral home stuff. And in the very back of the building, they have something called the Theater of Death, where they're showing nonstop videos of like graphic car accidents, of graphic like mutilation videos, execution videos.
Really?
Yeah, they're just showing it in the back. And so I sat down And I'm watching people
Wow.
get decapitated. There's a video of some guy I guess he got beat up or something or shot in the face. His eye's missing, and
I thought
there's
those were illegal.
I don't know if they're illegal.
Snuff films, like.
I don't know, but they were showing it.
Well, you ever seen Faces of Death?
Yeah,
And it's all fake, right? And like they have all come out and been like, yeah, it's fucking fake. Like it's all, and so that's why they get away with it because they can sell it. But these are real videos.
they were showing execution stuff. They were showing crazy fucked
I
up
mean,
shit.
I'm all about the how do you macabre? I like all the
Macabre
dark-
or whatever you call it. Yeah, I was sitting down and I was like, this is hilarious. And there was people like, oh my god, like watching it like.
Yeah, I got a strong stomach for that too. Well, I listen to a podcast called Serial Killers on Spotify. I fucking love that shit. Sometimes I feel inappropriate listening because I'm like, oh fuck, if my speakers are on or my
you'd be like,
headphones,
what the fuck are you
like,
listening
what the
to?
fuck is this guy listening to?
Yeah, I could it sounds bad, but it's I love when execution videos pop up on my my Facebook page and stuff. And did you hear about this? Is something we forgot to jot down. Did you hear about the chick that recorded on Facebook Live her killing her friend in her car?
No.
So okay,
This was recent?
Yeah, this was last week. It came out. So the group of guys. Well, no, it was 2 guys and 1 girl. I forgot if they were calling somebody out. They were just talking mad shit on Facebook Live or something, right? They were streaming themselves in their car. The chick was in the driver's seat. She was playing with a gun, acting all hard, and she was saying yeah, run up on you bitches. This is now right. So there was no clip in it, but I guess there was 1 bullet still left in the chamber.
Oh fuck.
So, and she's playing around with it, pointing around and this and that. The guy that was in the passenger seat is like, hey, chill out with that shit. Chill out with it. Sure enough, she pulls the trigger, poof, shoots the guy right in the head. And then the guy's all, and he kind of leans over and all the blood starts flowing out. He's wearing a white shirt, which I'm like, that shirt's
And
fucked.
she has the photo the whole time?
The video is still up because they ran out. So they had it on one of those dash cam type holders.
Oh, okay.
So they shot him so she shot him in the head, and then her and her friend just and the guy there was a guy in the back seat. They just get out of the car and they're like, oh my god, freaking out. Yet they're still recording.
Jesus Christ.
So some guy got his life ended just because some chick was trying to act all hard. And did I laugh at the video? You're goddamn right. I laughed at that video.
Wow.
I was
think
like,
you're overpressed for that. But
I was
that's
like,
okay.
ha 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 ha. Because I was like, how the fuck? How do you not look at that?
That's horrible. That's fucking. I mean, and that's so commonly could happen. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy for that scenario to play out a lot of times throughout the day.
Yeah,
that's so stupid.
It's crazy. So yeah, but the Museum of Death, dope. Highly recommend it. It's only $15 a person.
Oh.
You can stay as long as you want.
Yeah.
They say the only thing, just don't take pictures or video. Because if they do catch you, they won't seize your phone. They'll just delete whatever you took of.
And why is that?
Just because of the graphic nature and because it's real people, real deaths and stuff. They don't want I guess to circulate, even though you can Google a majority of the stuff that's in there.
Yeah, and then there's a house of it. How did they get permission to do that? I'm
know.
so interested in that.
I don't know,
would
but it
love
was
to
cool.
go,
It was cool.
Yeah.
And we bought some souvenirs. I bought a pin of the founder of the Church of Satan. They had a Church of Satan pin there.
And LeVay?
Yeah. And they had a pentagram, and then they had him holding a chalice. And I was
That's
like,
cool.
I'm buying this. I was like,
cool.
this is
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
But it was pretty cool. I highly recommend it if you ever go back.
Well, I don't. I don't recommend that you go to New Orleans. Because
Right.
they all are shit. Well, I'm going to give it another shot, though. Something else. Maybe just go see that Museum of Death or whatever. But
Yeah.
you want to do our favorite segment?
Fan favorite segment. Let's load it up, homie.
You're the jerk of the week. You're a jerk and it's your week. You really outdid yourself like a crazy super jerk. You're probably a big jerk every week, but this week you're the jerk of the week.
Woo!
Nice. Welcome, man. Nice to have this back.
Yeah, I wake up to that theme song sometimes.
Right. You're the jerk of the week. Man, so oh yeah, by the way, real quick before we get too deep into the segment, want to say if you guys have jerks of the week, email us.
Please.
Let us know. We want to be fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Whoever is disrupting our fans disrupts us.
Yes.
So let us know. And
That's really what I wanted this segment to be about.
Yeah.
Is people chiming in and
tell
with
us
their
your jerks,
of the
you know?
week. Yeah.
And and if it's a lot of people giving us jerk of the week, fuck it, we'll talk about it all.
And again, if you use your personal email, that's fine, and you want to just say keep this anonymous at the beginning, of it or whatever.
In
at
the
end.
subject line,
Yeah,
whatever.
and we will not say any names, or whatever, or keep it as broad as you need to.
Or make up a fake name, because if you do not tell us, your name will be exposed on this podcast.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Who cares?
Because who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah.
So, do you want to go first?
No, you go first.
Me go first? Okay. So, my jerk of the week, they're actually jerks.
Yeah.
So, my jerk of the week is dedicated to the entire faculty and staff of the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, where WrestleMania 34 was held at. Here's why.
Let me paint a picture.
Right. Let me paint it. So, one, let me tell you this. I was very mad that WrestleMania 34 was in New Orleans. Because I knew, when they announced it, I knew, before they even said the name of the stadium, I knew where they were going to be at. They were going to be at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The reason why I was mad at that is because I'm an Atlanta Falcons fan. The Atlanta Falcons' number one rival is the New Orleans Saints. The New Orleans Saints play in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so being there, the whole stadium is all decked out on the inside with New Orleans Saints shit.
Of course.
The faculty members wear New Orleans Saints polos.
Of course.
Just hated it. They have stupid pictures of Drew Brees and his fucking stupid birthmark on his face. I just hate Drew Brees. I hate the Saints. So I was just like, oh, I was really pissed that I set foot in the unholy stadium. So which made me even more mad so there was a match that I didn't really care for. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go take a piss during this match. Line for the bathroom was fucking ridiculous. Okay, whatever. It's a 70,000, person event. 70,000 people in attendance. I expect long lines, you know what I mean? Wait in line maybe about 10 minutes to go take a piss.
Fuck.
Yeah.
It's a lockdown when you gotta pee.
Exactly. But I wasn't at that like, holy shit, I need to pee now. It was just kind of like, I know I'm going to have to pee really badly later, but I don't want to miss the later matches. So let me knock this out in the second match so that way I can get it out of my system.
Okay.
So, but by the time I got to the front...
the Alamo Dome has a great irrigation system with restrooms. Like, you never
Yeah.
wait 10 minutes, and then, it gets pretty packed in
Exactly. And it's a football stadium.
Yeah.
It can hold the same amount of people, but it
Yeah.
doesn't get back.
No.
That's what I'm saying. So, okay.
So they don't have it set up very well.
Yeah, and like the bathrooms, like they have like maybe like 6 or 7 urinals, and then there's like 4 or 5 stalls. So I don't like peeing at urinals. I don't know why. I just get paranoid.
Yeah.
I don't want somebody looking at my dick.
Yeah.
Even though I know everyone's probably thinking the same
It's a very
thing.
exposing experience.
Yeah, and
Because you literally, for the females out there, you literally go to a wall and there's a little bowl, but you just whip your dick out in front of everyone. Like
exactly, and I get pee shyness really quickly. So it's like I can't. There's been moments where I'm peeing at a urinal. I'm the only one, especially
And
if there's no
sometimes they
barriers.
have the walls, which
I
are
need
nice,
the walls.
but sometimes they don't.
Yeah, if there's no walls,
Sometimes it's one big tub.
Yeah,
You
the
just
trough.
twist it, yeah.
So there's no walls out on these. There's no dividers at these urinals. I'm like, fuck. And there's been times where like I go up to a urinal. I'm the only one there, and I'm peeing. Somebody comes up, not next to me, maybe down the line, but then I'm just like, ugh, like I can't piss anymore. Like I can't.
Wow.
And I'm just like, I'm either looking up, have my eyes closed, and I look like I'm doing something nasty. Because I'm like, ugh, but I can't pee.
Really?
I need a stall. Like if it's open urinals, I need a stall.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I tell
that's
myself,
the thing.
no one's looking at your dick. No one's looking at your dick, but I just can't do it. I don't know why I'm so paranoid. Who the fuck cares?
I mean, that is a common thing, though.
Yeah.
I just never met anyone that
So,
really had that.
yeah.
Like your ass must clench because that's the only way to stop.
It does,
peeing.
yeah. So I'm like, oh my
The only
god.
way. So you just unclench your ass.
Right, it's like, ugh.
Can't do it.
But so luckily, because there was one guy in front of me, and I saw somebody come out of the stall, and the guy was still standing in front of me, and I was like, hey, a stall just opened up, and he goes, hey, you can take that, man, I'm gonna wait for your urinal. I was like, oh, you sure? Okay. So I was like, fuck yes!
Wait, was this mid-piss or you were just waiting?
This is still while I'm waiting in line.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so we get up, I'm the second person in line, and I see somebody come out of the stall, and I tap the guy, because he didn't look, and I was like, hey, somebody come out of the stall. He goes, you can take that, I'm waiting for your urinal. I was like, okay, thank God.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not a real man, so I need to take the
Well,
the
some
stall.
guys feel like, yeah, it's only for shits. Only if you need to take a shit, yeah.
So I go in the stall, instantly regret it because there's piss all over the floor. There's piss all over the seat.
Sure.
Just gross. I know it's a guy's bathroom. I
No,
know
yeah.
I expect piss. This was it by the wall. It was like a puddle, like a legit puddle. Like I could have splashed in it.
I don't get that shit. I don't understand how that
I don't know.
happens.
I was like, the event's only been on for like 2
like,
hours.
If you're that about pissing all over something, how did you even get to the bathroom? Why don't you just go fucking take a piss on the side of the fucking wall?
Exactly.
Like, you know?
So I'm like, ugh. So like, and I'm like kind of a clean freak. I'm a germaphobe a little bit. Like not like super
Well,
extent.
it's good
like,
about guys that we get to stand. So.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, oh, okay. But I still like my shoes are in it, and I'm like, ugh. Like it freaks me out.
Yeah,
so I'm just kind of like, ugh. So I was kind of tippy toeing while pissing, which was big calf
That's
workout.
A lot of piss.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
It was
fucking
gross.
piss.
And there was a janitor in there, and he was just cleaning the windows. I'm like, clean the fucking floors, please. Like, oh my god, like this is bad.
Yeah,
Children are going to come in this. What if a child slips and piss?
Right,
That ruins his whole WrestleMania day.
Right.
So I wash my hands and leave. Right? I didn't even bother.
Use the urinal, so
I was like, I didn't bother flushing the toilet because apparently nobody cares. So I was like, whatever, I'm done.
Yeah, I use my foot.
Yeah. No, I wasn't even willing to do that. There was piss on the fucking handle.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was gross. And so
There's
just
a
going,
doo-doo.
so we're going, yeah, true. So then I was like, okay, so let me go right here, and then my voice is already gone. I lost my voice during the pre-show, and it's like, I'm thirsty. I bet Leslie's thirsty. Let me go buy us some bottles of water. Let me pay up the ass for this fucking bottles of water. $5.75 for a bottle of
Why
water.
is it buy a beer?
I was like, no, the beers were $12, so I was like, fuck this. So I'm waiting in line, and it's packed because the line for the bathroom is starting to go into the line for the concessions, and there's no organization at this place whatsoever. So
of course.
So the people at the concession stand, they're taking fucking forever because I guess the Mercedes-Benz Superdome didn't anticipate for a wrestling event to be this popular because it's like they ran out of food, they ran out of beer, they ran out of soda. All within the first 2 hours of the fucking event, the entire stadium ran out of shit by the end of the night.
I mean, the tickets are bought, so they know.
It's like, it was almost a sold out event by the time the actual day of WrestleMania came. And it's like...
That happened to us when Guns N' Roses came down, didn't it?
Metallica.
Oh, was it Metallica?
Metallica. Well, no. Well, see, that's what everyone said, that the Alamo Dome got ran out of beer.
Uh-huh.
Metallica actually puts a stop at beer at a certain time. They want. They
really?
ask the venues that, hey, you know, we're only going. When they make their contracts with the venues, they say alcohol needs to be stop being served at this time.
Why? That's fucked up.
That's Metallica, man.
That's fucked up.
It's all Lars Ulrich, man. He's the drummer
What
for
the
Metallica.
fuck?
He's a little diva.
What
But-
an asshole.
Yeah, it's that was Metallica. That's
a whole
Metallica's
other
condition.
issue.
Yeah, but I can go on and on about how big Lars Ulrich is an asshole. But yeah, so that's all they were announcing. Oh, we're out of food. We're out of soda, and we're out of beer. But one, people aren't getting out of line. They're still going up and asking for the shit, and they keep saying, no, we're sold out. But the concession stand people were being very rude. And then the customers were being rude back.
Yeah.
And then the concession stands were being even ruder back. And I'm just kind of standing here, I'm in mid-line, and there's this dude that's dressed up like the Ultimate Warrior. He starts screaming at the concession stand people. He goes, you don't know how to do your fucking jobs? Like, I need to go back there? He goes, I just want a fucking, chicken strips. That's all I want. I'll give you the fucking $5.75 in exact change. Whatever, right? Or whatever the price
They
was.
ran out, though.
They were like, well, we're out of chicken strips if you didn't hear me. And I'm all like, oh my god, like, I just want fucking water so I can go back to my seat.
Do they have water?
So I get all the way up to the fucking front. The lady, what do you want? And I was like, I like 2 bottles of water, please. We're out of water. And she automatically looks at. I was like, wait, you're out of water? Why aren't you announcing that? I said we're out of water. And next, how can I help you? And the guy goes, I want a beer. He goes, we're out of beer. Who's next? And it's like they're not telling
Why didn't
everybody.
they shut it down?
I don't know. Because they're saints. They work in this Mercedes-Benz Superdome. They're all fucking dipshits. So I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And it's like, I went to the fucking pretzel people to see if they had any, like, because Leslie said she wanted a pretzel. They're out of pretzels, no water. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to my seat. So we spent the rest of the night, of the 5 hours in her chair, hungry and thirsty.
It was a 5-hour show?
It was a 7-hour show.
Oh my god.
But I went up after the first 2 hours of the show. And then when I got back, I missed the whole...
7 hours? Fuck.
I missed the whole United States Championship match, and then I sat back down and I was like, well, we're fucked until the show ends.
How do you pay attention for that fucking long?
wrestling fans have long
That's
attention spans.
crazy.
Yeah, so my whole jerk of the week or jerks of the
I
week.
didn't think
go
I
to
could
that.
stay at a strip club for 7 hours. And I'm pretty entertained at those places, but eventually just time to go home.
No, for as much money as I spent for those damn tickets, I'm watching every single second. We stayed until the lights came up and like they started taking down the stage because I was like,
Wow.
I'm watching every second of this thing.
Yeah. Well,
We stood in line for 2 hours before the doors opened, and then doors opened at 2:30. So we got there like what, like 12, we got there around like 12:15, 12:30ish, and I was like, we stood in line until doors opened. We did buy snacks when we first got there.
Yeah.
We bought some nachos, sodas and stuff. Had a stupid little souvenir cup. Went to our seats, and then we got to the seats maybe around like 3 o'clock. You know, waiting for everybody to scan tickets and stuff. So from 3 o'clock to 11 o'clock, we were in that fucking thing.
So, like, everything you just said, the waiting for that long, the aspect of them running out of food, the way they were rude, the staff. When I come back for vacation, all that would have been what really is at the top of my head. Were like everything, no matter. I can't think of anything that is that good that I would have not wanted to bitch more about that than enjoying just the
No,
show.
well, 'cause I was
You know what
like-
I'm saying? I don't think I like anything that much. That all of that would have been like, fucking sucked. This whole vacation sucked. They were fucking rude.
No,
They
no,
ran out of
no.
food. Couldn't have water. I almost died of dehydration. Like,
Well, it's just like, it was an inconvenience, but it's like WrestleMania has something I've been
well,
dreamed about
this is
going
more
for
just
10
me being a
years.
pessimistic person.
I was like, I don't know, because I was just like, you know, I was like, I paid my $600 to watch the show,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
to eat at the
Yeah,
stadium.
yeah.
So I was just like,
Very true.
that's what I would like to have had. I just want 2 bottles of water. 2 bottles of water.
Yeah.
I would like to have had that, but no.
It's all good.
It's
No,
like,
that's good. That's
I
exactly how it should
enjoyed my $600 well spent.
be. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm glad.
So that's my jerk of the week.
I have a couple.
Nice.
One of them, well, and you know, one of them first. It's kind of hard actually because I have this teacher that teaches. So my major now is math education. So now I have to take a lot more education classes, and I'm done with my content for math. But some of these education classes are for like elementary education, but I just have to have it for my degree.
Right.
And it just really sucks because I just don't care about it. I'm not going to be an early education teacher. So, but anyways, I sit in it, and it's only once a week, and actually the teacher is really cool. I like her a lot. She's been teaching for like 20 years. She's really laid back. You can tell she does a fun. That's the kind of teacher I want to be. So she's great. It's really not anything on her. But this last class, she shows a video, and the video is about this guy who's, God, gotta be 30 years old. Okay, 30, maybe 35 at the, there's no way he was 35. That's gotta be the cap on it. Okay?
Right.
You know, 35 is still a millennial in a sense. It's not Generation X, and it's not Generation Y. It's still, and that millennial umbrella is, there's a lot of subgenres of our generations in there.
Right.
Right? Generation Z coming up is still millennials. Millennials, though. So anyways, the whole video was him just bashing millennials. You know, they're the generation that's entitled. They grew up with participation badges. All they want is... That's all they want is for attention. That's all, you know, and it's like, yeah. But fuck, I'm tired of hearing that. I'm just
Right.
tired of hearing it because how many times do you go back to your, you know, the teacher's generation, Generation X? When you were in my position, the people that were teaching this class were talking shit about that generation, and before them, their parents were talking shit about their generation. And before it, you're always
It's
going to
never
find.
being cycle, yeah.
You're always going to find why the new generation is shit. They always do. Let's get away from that, right? Like,
Right.
let's stop just talking shit. That's all it was. They're just talking shit about millennials. And all the people in this class are all middle-aged women with fucking 5 kids. So they're all gaslighting everything. And they're all like, yeah, I went to this event, and all they did was look at their phones the whole time. And yeah, when I tell
Well,
my...
I do hate that. Right.
Well, you know, and whatever. Yes. Yes to all. It is all part of our generation. It is. It's part of it. But back in when they were teenagers, you know, Generation X in the 80s, 85, you know, all they did was listen to Hair Nation and fucking smoke pot, and no one knew where they were going because none of them had aspects of life like the baby boomers that knew what they were going to follow. They were going to be their dads, you know, they were going to be coal miners, they were going to be electricians, and they were going to follow in footsteps. Generation X was like, I don't really want to do any of that, I like to listen to music and blah blah blah, and they were pissed about that, and now, you know, we're eating Tide Pods and fucking doing stupid shit too. I mean, it's all, everything is how it works. So,
Right.
my jerk of the week is quit talking about it. Quit
Right.
talking about it, do something about it. Like, it does, yeah, the aspect of you can't go to a family dinner now with someone bringing out their phone. And there's this aspect that prohibition is what and we fucking know that doesn't work. Prohibition didn't work with alcohol. It's not working with marijuana. It's not going to work with the phone. So there's this thing that people like to pretend like it's such a cool thing or such a smart, valiant thing to be like, everyone put their phones and like lock them up and we're going to have dinner. And like, okay, that's fine. That's going to work for you in this position right now as a parent, you as a teacher doing it, but your kids aren't going to do that. When your kids grow up and they have kids, phones are still going to be around.
Right.
Some aspect of it. They're not going to lock them up, right? So, you know, instead of trying to prohibit social media and the internet and whatever it is, this phenomenon that we're seeing, let's try to work on making it work for us, making it, you know, more using it versus trying to push it away.
Yeah, but during a dinner?
Not the dinner. The dinner thing is the thing, but like with the class, the point was the class was that
Like in a classroom.
The problem is that kids don't want to give up their phones. They don't. We don't know what to do as teachers right now. There's this gray area in teaching right now where the district says you can't have phone. You know, one district says no phones in class.
Right.
But then there's an issue because you confiscate all these phones all the time. You're constantly having people just worrying about phones. Having the parents have to come pick it up. That's not working. You have these other, you know, districts that are saying, well, fuck, the parents are bitching about it. They need to have their phones. Just let them have their phones. But no one's paying attention because they're on their phones.
Right.
So that's not working either. So there needs to be this, to me, the way I see it is we need to figure out how to incorporate the phones or...
Well, there's Kahoot.
And, okay, see, like Kahoot and Plickers, and there's a lot of apps. The only thing is you can't fucking do Kahoot and Plickers for every class.
It's more
every
for like
time.
study guides.
It's
I
like
think.
a study guide. It's like a Friday kind of thing where
Jeopardy Day.
But the thing is that is to me in the right direction. That's
right.
That's right now how we incorporate it, and that's all we can see right now is how it works. But we need to incorporate it more because it's not going away. It's just not. And I'm old school too. I'm like, I don't want to fucking give my kid a phone until he's in 9th grade. Like
I was like, I didn't get a phone until I was in high school.
But to be honest, when I have the kid and when they're, you know, everyone has a phone and then, you know, I can't get a hold of them from blah, 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 I'm probably going to get the fucker a kid, right? So the thing is...
The fucker a kid?
Yeah, you know, the piece of shit kid that I'm going to have.
But no, you said you're going to get the fucker a kid. You
Is that what I said?
Yeah, you meant to
I
get
mean
a phone. I was
a
like,
phone.
man, you're trusting him to be a parent but not have a
good
phone?
for kid. No, he needs a phone, not a fucking kid. There's been a few. I've had a tea many martinis.
Yeah,
the thing is that we need to work on. See, what pissed me off was that there was just this animosity with the older generation about millennials and how they need to go back, and we need to go back, and we need to. It's like that's not how this works. That's not how anything works. We need to work forward. You need to go forward. You need to. I mean, yeah, bitch about it, be mad about it, but how are we not going to eliminate, but work with it? You need to work with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm sure. Fucking at one point, sliced bread was probably like the devil to some fucking grandma. Where it's like, you ain't making your own bread. How do you know what's going in it? How do you know what thickness you want? That's fucking hooey, you know.
Hooey. It's fucking hooey.
But 2018, what piece of shit doesn't have a thing of sliced fucking bread from HEB in their house? Like, you just gotta work with
It's
it.
fucking hooey.
It's fucking hooey. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying, though? Yes. Okay, so that's one jerk of the week. Everyone on that side of the generation is the jerk of the week. Another one is just close to my heart.
All right.
I'm very broad with it. I have a teacher, an online class. I'm taking 18 hours right now. I took 2 online. One of them is social media in education, and it's and it's a kind of neat class. They use some things in social media that are kind of cool. Whatever. One's called a web quest. It's bullshit. I bullshitted it, but I found she had a template.
Oh,
Did you see this?
I think I saw your post,
Did you
but
read
yes,
this?
I was
Okay,
reading it. And I was
okay.
like, man, that's dirty. But yeah, I'm gonna let the teach talk this one out.
I bet you didn't know who that person was to me until I.
Oh,
Anyways,
okay, before the show.
anyways,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Anyways, she posts an example of how to do this assignment. So, like any other fun college kid, I take the example and I copy it exactly, but for it was like a history one or something. So I did one for math. And I just go to each little segment of her example and I emulate it, but with my content. So it's right. So I'm like, this has got to be an A. I mean, it's exactly the same, just with
your subject.
With my subject. So I mean, it's original. It's not like I copied it. It's
Right.
original content, but it's following the format. Get a fucking 60 on it, and the teacher writes, "What quiz are supposed to be fun?" And I don't think that was accomplished here. 60. And I'm like, bitch, it's math. How fucking fun is it gonna be? Like,
2 + 2 is 4.
I get that we need to make it as entertaining as we can be, but fuck, it's a goddamn math assignment. So
I hated math.
It's never gonna be
Yeah.
that fucking fun. So to fail me, 60 is failing. So
Yeah.
like to fail me because it's not fun doesn't make sense to me. So I go to this teacher, right? And she's 60 years old. And I'm like, the fuck are you doing teaching a social media and education class? Like,
Selfie
I thought it was
time.
gonna be some like fucking someone younger than me teaching this,
Right.
right? So anyways, that was interesting. And she goes, oh, yeah, everyone fucking did it wrong. No, I shouldn't say like I'm saying.
Everyone fucking did it wrong. Bunch of fucking
These
dipshits.
fucking guys. They all fucked up on this assignment.
Fucking
No.
assholes,
She
right?
didn't- Yeah, she didn't say it like that. She was like, yeah, everyone did it the way you did it. I don't know. I go, well, I followed your example, the one you posted. And she was like, oh, that example. Yeah, that was wrong. I didn't even look at it. I just posted it. And she goes, I was one of my past students and I just posted it without thinking about it. Kind of find out it's not a good one. That's not how you should do it. She goes, you know what? Fix it up. I'll still give you 100. You just add to it. I just want it to be more. She goes, I sent you another link, whatever, how I think it should work. And you're good. Fine, that's fine. But I was bitching about it on Facebook because I'm like, this bitch.
Yeah.
Post a fucking example. I gotta redo it now. It's like I gotta add this assignment now when really she should just give me 100. She fucked up. She shouldn't make me do it.
Whoops.
I
hero.
followed her example. So this fucking person, who will remain nameless and genderless. This fucking person goes on my feed and says, ha ha ha, maybe you should have looked at it better or put some more time into it. I said, I was being nice at first. I said, no. She's the teacher. She can't put an example and then when I do the example, say it's wrong.
Yeah.
And then this person says, well, you still did it wrong, right? So obviously you could have done more. And I'm like, okay.
Person.
The thing is, this person has issues. So I say, are you fucking stoned or what? Because do you know how a class works? A class is the teacher tells you how to do something, you do it, and they give you a good grade.
Follow by example.
You know what I'm saying? So her doing this is not a good teacher. So this person, and I thought I shut them up with that, right? I thought that was it, because I didn't hear from them the rest of the night. But then they go, stop with the rude comments, or blah, 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 blah. I don't know what this was. I said, let me repaint this fucking situation one more time. And I explained it in very good detail. And they put, I don't want an excuse. I just want you to pass. And here's the thing.
I guess when I saw that...
Here's the thing. This person is in their 30s, has 3 kids. It is not with either of the... there's 2 partners involved with these 3 kids, and is not with either one. Does not have a job, and lives with their grandparents. So the last person I need to tell me about how to do schoolwork
Right.
and how to gauge a professor is this person, right?
Right.
Like, especially explicitly on Facebook. Maybe if we're sitting face to face and they were talking, I might But on Facebook, very open. Like if they have anything to give me, like if any of their fucking wisdom, like I'm pretty sure I know a lot more than them already, and I'm not even as old as them.
Right.
So I kindly said the fuck off my post because if you don't want to hear what the fuck I have to say about you talking shit, then what are you doing here? You know?
Right.
So I've yet to talk to this person because it just pisses me off because there's a lot of shit they're giving me shit about my schoolwork. Meanwhile, I bite my tongue about other shit
What
they need to do.
yeah.
So there you go. Ah, that feels good. It's like it's like a cleanse.
Right.
To schwitz.
Yeah, man, it's how it works.
Yeah.
That's what the show is here for.
Yeah.
Because I remember that post, but I mean, I didn't read the comments. You know, I hardly read people's comments on.
Well,
stuff.
I think I had a lot of people actually like my comments in that thread, and then I forget how many people can see it. You know what I'm saying? Because I figure you see me post something, you see comments, but you just
I don't care for people. Like, it sounds bad, but I don't care for people's comments.
Yeah. But I'm the type too that nosy that I'll go in there and read them all, and I'm like, oh yeah, a lot of other people like that too, and they were, and I was like, oh fuck, my dirty laundry's kind of out there, and especially because they don't know who this person is to me. This person is pretty close in my circle, so
right.
So that was kind of like, oh fuck. And it's so long. I post like 20 things a day, so it's kind of hard to go back and change anything. But yeah, God, it still pisses me off thinking about it. I'm like,
no, yeah, that would piss me off too.
I'm just like, the fuck out of here, dude. Like, the fuck do you know?
That's like my favorite phrase. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Get the fuck out of here.
Nah, yeah, no, I feel you. That's definitely deserving of the jerk of the week.
Jerk of the week. Yeah.
Jerk of the week.
All right, I could use a smoke break.
Smoke break. And we're back.
Woo! That was a session.
That was a session, yeah. Right? I was like, well, they won't know. It's going to go from smoke break to us talking. So
that was good.
That was good. That was really, we had a heart to heart here. Me and Teach have a lot of similar goals in life. So
we do.
Glad and we'll be there. So real quick, I want to say, you guys missed a touching moment before we started the episode. So a long time ago, I don't know if we mentioned it on an episode, but
long time ago.
But Teach, if non-formally, informally asked me, if I wanted to be a groomsman. I was like, yeah, sure. So that way, he wanted me to know ahead of time before they asked me.
I wanted to see if it was, if I didn't want to go through all this and you'd be like, oh, I'm actually I'm going to be in Vegas that weekend.
Right, like be out of town. So,
yeah.
So he asked me before asking me, and to be a groomsman, and he was like, okay. And that was kind of it.
Yeah.
So today I get to the Teach's place, and I'm moving the box like as if they're going to see it. Yeah, I was like, it's my first unboxing video. So, little brown box, really cute little box here, and it says has a sticker on it referencing How I Met Your Mother. I'm presuming.
I mean, Mrs. Teach had pretty much everything to do with
Okay. No problem. But Time to Suit Up. That was like a thing from
I never watched the show.
Oh, I love that show, so that's why I really enjoyed it. But I'm going to say in my head that it's for.
Sure,
Okay.
That's exactly what it's for. Yeah.
So it's Time to Suit Up, date of the wedding.
Yep.
Open it up. There's a bottle of Jim Beam.
It was supposed to be
I can tell. It has like the Jack Daniels sticker on the front, but on the back it has the Jim Beam sticker. So it's really funny. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
So it reads, "Hey fuckface, as you know, Mrs. Teach and I got fucking engaged. Now we gotta plan our motherfucking wedding. So I got a fucking question for you. Will you be my fucking groomsman? Options: fuck yes, fuck no, fuck you. Chuck a fucking box and drink, or be fucking silent forever. Suck a dick. Teach."
I love the end. It's really.
I love it. Or
suck a dick.
Suck a dick. Like, so it comes with this nice bottle of Jim Beam. Free booze is always awesome. So thank you for that. I said fuck yes. And then the coolest thing. This is the coolest thing in the world, dude. This is awesome.
Don't put it in the washer because it'll.
Well, we hand wash all our dishes.
Oh, okay,
so
good.
Our dishwasher's been broke for a year and a half. So
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm scared to use it because this is just so classic.
Use it.
So it's a shot glass. It's one of those long shooters.
It's a double, yeah.
Yeah, and it has like a tuxedo on it, and it has my name, David, and under it says groomsman. And I was just like, oh my god, my heart sang when I opened this.
Very personalized.
Yeah, it's the nicest thing in the world, and of course I accepted, for Teach.
It's funny. So Mrs. Teach, she's all behind all that.
Right. Yeah.
The sticker, the boxes, the sticker on the boxes, the fucking confetti, the black crinkle paper, the shot glass, everything. And I always feel like a schmuck giving it to you guys just because I'm like, that's not really me.
Leslie says she's going to do the same thing for when I do my
For
groomsman.
Mrs. Teach and for her bridesmaids was even more so. I mean, they got like a tumbler and a bottle, a little bottle like shampoo, whatever. And I was like, that's just not me. I don't do this
I'm just
type
gonna
of
ask
shit.
them. I'm just
But,
gonna be like,
yeah,
hey.
yeah. And it's funny when I give it to you guys because I think I got 2 more to ask, but I'm just like, here you go.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Teach is all like video. And when she gets into the bridesmaid, she's all videotaping everything. Like everything's videotaped. Yeah, I'm like, here you go.
Literally, like I get to
Just fucking show up, would you?
right. So when I got here and we had a conversation about ice, if ice tastes
yeah.
like the freezer.
It does.
So and I saw the box on the counter,
see it, yeah.
and I saw it and I was like, I think I know what this is, but I wasn't going to like be a dick about it or nothing. And then we get into the room to our studio, and he goes, "Here you go," and I was like, "Okay," opened it.
Not even. I just put it where you were sitting.
I was like, "I'm gonna open this right now."
You're like, ooh. I was like, that's for you.
Open it, read it. Ha ha ha! This is cool. Yeah.
I did pick the labels though. Actually, that was only my thing. I just thought that was funny.
The fuck face one.
If
or-
I'm gonna ask you in this fucking way, it's gonna be like.
Right.
a lot
I just
of
can't
cursing.
get over it. It's a bottle of Jim Beam. Like, that's so awesome. That's so cool.
It's funny because the other guys I've asked, they don't even. It was a bottle of Jack. Too,
Oh, wow.
when
All
they
right.
had it. But,
All right, pal. No, I'm just
Well, I
kidding.
know. Well, that was Miss T. She fucked up. She was like, "Why do they look different?" I'm like, "It's not the same fucking bottle." She got the J's mixed up. But it's funny because when they grabbed it, they're just like, "Oh, okay," and I'm like, "Read it." They're like, "Oh, fuck! I didn't realize it was like."
They just automatically assumed it was Jack
because
Daniels.
it looks like the the label specifically.
It has too many. It has like way more words than what the fucking Jack Daniels bottle has.
No shit, right? Well, the thing is that you put them on the spot, and that's why they're just like, "Oh, it's a bottle."
And the same thing. It starts off, "Hey, fuck face." I've never bought a bottle of Jack Daniels that said, "Hey, fuck
well,
face."
they don't read it obviously. So.
Yeah, well,
So thank you for
Right.
being a groomsman.
I-
We're gonna have
yes.
a good time.
we
so.
will. I will be getting you thoroughly fucked up because it's your day, not my day. So.
I'll be pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
So yeah, so I wanted to share that heartwarming moment with you guys just before we get into this depressing story. So
God. Yeah. Okay. So, let's see what the specifics were here. So, I want to see this was in Bexar County, and it's a thing that I've seen a lot of, really. But this is the one that got media because a child that was 4 years old just celebrate his 4th birthday 2 weeks after got mauled to death by the family dog. This was in Bexar County, and this was March 26th.
Oh,
was
wow.
when this was published, so I guess that week or something. It was a pit bull mix, and so and actually the article that I read was actually about how a lot of people, when the story came out, a lot of people were blaming the family, and the whole aspect of what were y'all doing, or where was this able to take place, where that the dog could actually
attack the child.
well, and so long that it the child passed away.
right.
And of course, it's a similar story that who knew? The dog was always so good. The dog was always, and
Didn't
they
show
had it
signs
for
of
3
behavior like
years.
that.
So the child was 1, I guess, when they first got the dog, and had always been good to it and good to him and the family. And they had no idea. And it's just this, and I'm not bringing this up to talk shit about the family or to
Right.
say this. Nothing of that. It's just a sad thing, and it's just a current event that's going on. But it does raise this aspect of pit bulls, because that is
Man,
a
that's-
topic.
It's been for a long time.
It's been a long
Pitbulls,
time.
Yeah.
I remember, like, as a kid growing up, my mom talking shit about pit bulls. She used to talk shit about pit bulls and Mustangs. Mustangs always killed teenagers, and pit bulls always attacked them. Like, that was her. Like, she would never get a Mustang. She'd never get a pit bull, or allow us to get it. So I have my reservations with pit bulls.
I was like, pit bulls you always kind of associate with the gangsters, the cholos. Like that's always like that thuggish type of dog. That, and sometimes a bulldog. You know, like very.
Does a bulldog have the same connotation as a pit bull?
No, like it's like you've seen. Like,
but just them having them.
Kind of like those bigger built dogs sometimes. So it's like with pit bulls, it's like, and with the triangle ears, the pointy ears, and stuff like that. That's shaving. The people get that cosmetically done.
They clip their ears,
and that's very painful for a dog to have part of its ear clipped off, and just to kind of look like that thuggish looking dog.
I think that's sort of, and their tail gets clipped too. They actually have a tail, but they always get them clipped because it looks cleaner. They think.
It's like pit bulls are just dogs. Dogs. React to their environment if they think they're in a survival mode. They're going to be prone to attack. But that's any dog. Whether big or small. And pit bulls look cute. I like pit bulls. I think they're adorable puppies. And they, when they're in the right environment, they could be beautiful, amazing dogs.
There's this aspect of a pit bull anatomy that they have a lockjaw though that no other dog has. They have a lock. That their jaw is built to when they bite on something they don't want to let go, you can't get rid. You can't. Then that's why they're so. And this might be a myth. I was
like, I've never heard of this, so
I don't know if it's. I've heard stories that's. I don't think actually I've ever heard that it is a myth, but there is this aspect that it's not so bad as. But they do have their jaw is built that they're like alligators. So like an alligator, they're really easy to close their mouth. Anyone with hands can just close an alligator's mouth, going down that way. But when alligators lock, there's no opening it. It's unless you kill it or they want to. So that's why if they attack someone, like their arm is in there, you're not opening that jaw.
You're losing that arm.
And that pit bulls have the same type of not like they're a fucking reptile, but they have that same type of jaw that once it locks and they don't want to, you're not gonna be able to open it up, or it's very, very difficult. Sitting on that, my friends in Austin I stay with, they have a pit bull.
Right.
It's a big pit bull. She's big. And she's gorgeous dog. I mean, and she's the sweetest fucking thing. She is the sweetest dog. And she's a rescue. And that's the other thing with like pit bulls. They say that they're so loyal. They are so loyal from birth. If you first raise them, but then if they're second, I don't know what the word would be, generation or second home pit bulls, then that's why a lot of things happen because they're so loyal to that first owner, even though they got rid of them, that's why they'll attack the new family. Because even if it's later, because they still have this connotation of being loyal to the first one. But this one's a rescue too. The sweetest fucking thing. She's the sweetest dog and most well mannered. I mean, she knows you open the door, she goes and takes her shit or piss right outside the door and runs back in. Like she's an older dog. But even I'll get nervous sometimes.
Yeah.
She'll jump on you and she just showing love. She's such a lovable dog, but I'm always like, she could ruin me. Like if she just felt like
and that's that thing because you see all of the negative stuff about pit bulls. They're always the most feared dog. Dog fighting rings, the way it's televised and stuff.
A lot of them are abused.
And so it's like
they never had a chance.
Yeah. And it's like, and honestly now I see a lot of more positive reinforcement when it comes to pit bulls. They're just puppies, it's not their fault, it's the way they're raised, this and that, it's like
there are no bad Pokemon, just bad trainers.
Right. It's like, and it's like, with this family, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. This was just a family dog.
It was a rescue also.
So yes, it was rescue. It could have been that whole thing, the loyalty. Yeah. Maybe that instinct kicked in, like, hey, I'm not saying the kid did something wrong. Of course, it's a family pet. Maybe playing with it, maybe startled it, but the dog took it overboard. Like if it's a person, took it overboard.
The thing is that you see it a lot with pit bulls specifically. And I have another story with another friend who has a baby girl, and she's not with the father, but she drops him off with the father, and they've had a family pit bull dog for forever. And that little baby got attacked and had to get cosmetic surgery and everything. And the mother was one of the people that used to advocate for pit bulls, they're just dogs. And ever since that, obviously, she's just Oh yeah, no, never gonna happen. I don't know where I stand with it. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
They're
don't know.
They're just puppers.
They are. I think, but there's. I don't know.
It's tough, you know?
I still, when I go to my friends and I stay with them with that pit bull, and I love her. I love playing with her. She is so a fun dog and a loving dog. But I still cannot, at the back of my head, go. But fuck, if she wanted to, goddamn it, she could ruin rip my face out. But I guess it's kind of like racism. People can say that too. Like, you know, and find correlations with that bullshit. So I guess I shouldn't be so like that. But
I don't know.
But I'm definitely not the type that's like, I'm never gonna be around a pit bull.
Yeah, because people say like, no, don't adopt pit bulls. They're the most violent dog breed. This and that. But it's like, no, it's like, I don't know, like.
They're definitely a breed that I guess needs a lot more care, or you know.
Yeah. They need
maybe more evaluation when they're
that extra love
readopted or something, but.
Who knows?
Well, anyway, so let us know about that. Tell me how much of an asshole I am about thinking that, or if you
let us know what your thoughts on pit bulls are. You know, are they the most vile creature and most evil dog, or you know, is that how you feel, or you feel, hey, they're just the puppers. They just need the loves.
Yeah. It's at Who Cares Podcast 210. Is that right?
gmail.com.
At
yeah.
gmail.com. Yeah. Who Cares Podcast.
It's been a while because nobody emails us anymore.
Yeah, I haven't. One of my coworkers listens now. I think, or either that or she just finds the ones I talk about with my other coworkers.
Right.
But she said she might email in, so Who Cares Podcast 210.
Right, that's good.
Speaking of email.
Speaking of emails, let's go ahead. We still had a few questions.
Yeah, we had a few that we didn't answer from Miss Jacqueline. So one of them was, do you have any superstitions?
Superstitions. So I don't know. Yeah, you could call them. They're more sports related.
Yeah.
Superstitions.
Sure.
And I get it from my mom. I know I get it from my mom because my mom is a diehard Spurs fan. If you badmouth the Spurs, you're fucking dead to her.
She's a good woman.
Yeah, like she's born and raised San Antonio, been a Spurs fan whole life. It's fucking, if you say something bad about Timmy D, David Robinson, fuck you, you're dead to me.
Well, she ain't wrong.
Yeah, exactly. So, my mom, especially when it comes to playoff time, if my mom is sitting in a specific way, sitting on a specific spot, specific chair, or if like she walks away to the bathroom and the Spurs end up coming back, she'll sit in the bathroom or stay in the bathroom for the rest of the night for the game because that's what gave the Spurs the good luck. Right. That's what gave them mojo. So during the last time the Spurs won a championship, my mom missed the finals game because she went to the bedroom to get her phone. Spurs started winning, so she sat in the bedroom and she would make, like, if me and my brother were some space, like, if I was at the dinner table, I would have to sit at the dinner table until the end of the game. Like, I wasn't allowed to move. She would,
look away!
She's like, don't move. And that's transcended over to me.
Yeah.
So I get like that during Falcons games and Buckeyes games. For Ohio State and the football games. For the Falcons, the trend that seems to be going is that if I don't watch the game, they win. But when I do actually watch the game, they get humiliated. They lose. Super Bowl, case in point. I didn't watch any of the other games. We made it to the Super Bowl. I get too big for my britches and watch the Super Bowl.
Now you're validating.
You know, I was like, so fucking lost.
Yeah.
So this whole past season, I wasn't watching them. They were doing okay. I mean, there'll be a loss here and there by a last minute type thing. Wasn't watching them. They were winning. They get to the playoffs. I watch the playoff game. You fucking get humiliated in Philadelphia. I was like, motherfucker. Ohio State is more of like, if I'm sitting in a certain spot, Ohio State starts doing good. If I even move the slightest muscle, something ends up fucking up. They throw an interception. They get sacked. And I'm like, oh, damn it. How did I get back to where I was at? Oh, no. So that's kind of my superstition as far as like anything else. Like I have a weird, I don't know if you would call it a tick or even a superstition. I have a weird little thing like let's say I do something very specific one day and I have a very good day. My morning routine, if I eat something specific, I will try to copy that same thing for the next day. And if I notice the next day if I have a good day too, I'll start doing that until I have like one bad day or like one day it just doesn't work, and then I'll be like, okay, maybe it was just a good luck streak. Who knows?
Yeah.
I get kind of like that. It hasn't been anything here recently new.
That's
so
pretty human though. you try to find in the chaos, try to find a pattern that works.
Exactly. So
yeah.
But yeah, as far as like superstition goes, I think just those sports things are the most I got.
So in my lineage of Buddhism, they have a big thing against superstition, about going against religious type of superstition, being very secular about stuff. So even though we follow like old Tibetan traditions of what they do, they're always like, we're doing it, but it's in a way for you to think about things better. It's not that this ritual or whatever you want to call it, we're going to do it and we're going to do it old school, but that's not really what's changing things. It's about how it makes you feel and how you're going to work with it, and that's where the change comes from. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm pretty superstitious as a person. Like salt.
No, the whole salt
if it
thing.
gets spilled, I always have to put it over my left shoulder. I just do. Like, I just second nature. I always do the knock on wood, even though it's not wood or anything.
I do that.
Just in case. Yeah.
I always knock on my dick. Knock on wood.
I'll do the head a lot. If I'm around mixed company, I'll do that one too. But so I am kind of superstitious in that. And if I'm given something from a superstitious person or like whatever, I have friends and they're like, oh, this is good luck or whatever. If you do this, I'm like, why not?
Right.
Like,
the whole Oho thing.
I don't.
I when I was younger, I was like, that's a bunch of bullshit. But then I caught myself doing it. Like, we were in New Orleans, and like, I was like, oh, this little baby is so cute, this and that. I was like, I had to. So I gave it a very slight, like, I was like, I just don't want to give it Oho. Like,
I do that too. Yeah, I do the Oho thing too. We have to touch it if you like it or something. And and almost, it's like a mesh of superstition and also just like culture.
Yeah.
It's also just like, that's just kind of where I come from too. Like, I don't know. So I don't really believe this. If I don't do the salt thing or tap on the wood, that's what's. But at the same time, because I'll do it and shit will still happen.
Right.
But if I didn't do it and shit happened, then I'm like, well, fuck, I could have. Maybe I could have changed it.
Right.
So yeah. So I'm not very super. I do it. I feel like it's more cultural. I just do it. Just because. Why not?
Right.
It's fun to do. All right. So the next question. Oh, and you know what? If you have superstitions,
let us know what you do.
Tell us what you do.
I was like,
maybe
sports.
we can incorporate them, and maybe our lives can get better.
Right, hopefully. If your life's working out for you, let us know.
What are you doing?
I need help.
How do you do it? Okay. Worst experience getting pulled over. Not necessarily having to be the driver.
So this is when I got out of high school. So I got pulled over pretty, I wouldn't want to say often, but it was like very conveniently placed, I would say. So the first time I ever got pulled over, I had some chick in my car, some chick I was talking to. I was trying to be impressive. I was in a play at Northwest Vista, and I said like I would take her home. And driving down Callahan, the speed limit down Callahan was Callaghan. Speed limit down Callahan was 40. I was going 65.
Jesus.
So I was trying to look cool. So apparently I ran a stop sign in addition to going way 65. Above the speed limit. Yeah.
Like
but
on the highway.
So here's the thing with that. So we were listening because she didn't listen to a lot of music, so she would always just like enjoy what I'm listening to. So I was listening to Sammy Hagar's I Can't Drive 55. I can't drive 55. And I felt like such a badass because I was in my car. I was fucking flying. This chick seems to be digging it, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Speed limit wasn't even 55.
Yeah, but I was just all, it's a song about speeding and him telling the judge, kiss my ass, and this and that. I'm all thinking, fuck the speed limit. Sure enough, and I'm like, oh, man. So pulled over. Guy comes over, licensed and da-da-da. He goes, you know how fast you were going? I was like, 65. And he goes, oh, okay. Yeah, that's what we clocked you at. And he was like, oh, you're not going to try to lie.
You're never supposed to admit.
I knew what I was doing. It was my first time ever being pulled over. But I'm still... So I'm freaking out on the inside. And I'm trying to keep my cool because I have a chick in the car with me. Yeah. So I'm kind of like, I was going 65. Yeah. And he goes, you also know you're at a stop sign? That's when I kind of turned into a little bitch. Like, I did what? He goes, yeah, so I first started tracking you when you were at a stop sign. Then you started to take off, so I thought you were running away from me. And he goes, but I think you were just speeding to be speeding. I was like, yeah. He's like, okay. So he takes my license, and he takes her license too, which I was kind of like, fuck, what? He took her license?
Oh, wow.
Or her ID because she didn't have a license. And so he goes back to the car, and I'm just there, and I'm kind of like...
Was she black? No, she's black.
I'm just kind of like, fuck.
Why do you need the second passengers?
I have no idea.
That's weird.
And so the chick, her dad starts calling her, and he only spoke Spanish, and I like, where are you? And she's like, duh, you know, trying to say like, oh, his car's having trouble, like trying to make up an excuse for me, you know. So the guy comes back and he goes, I see you have no accidents, violations, He goes, I'll give you a warning for the stop sign. He goes, because I think I saw you hesitate. And I was about to say something. He goes, I think I saw you hesitate. I was like, okay, like if I was going to stop for the stop sign, but I just kept rolling.
Isn't that worse?
I have no idea.
Oh, like that you stopped?
Yeah, like I was slowing down and just rolled through it.
Oh,
but it was
okay.
like, so he goes, like, I think you hesitated. Yeah, I think I saw you hesitate. And I was like, okay. And he goes, but for the speeding, I can't let that go. I was like, yeah. And so he gave me the ticket, saw the price. Oh, shit!
How much was it?
I think it was almost $400.
Yeah.
And so, somewhere around there. And I was like, I want to do the defensive driving. Fuck this. And I was like, because I didn't have a job at the time. I was like, I ain't doing this. So then I took that chick home, and I didn't talk to that chick ever again.
So that was the worst?
That was the worst, because the other time was for, I got pulled over twice in the same night. My brake light was out.
Fuck.
But this was way later. This was like maybe a few months later. My brake light was out, and it was during Fiesta time. And it's my fault. I knew it was out for a couple weeks, but I just never got it fixed. So one night, taking a chick home, cop pulled me over. Pulled me over on the highway, gave me the ticket for not having my brake light. Went down like maybe 3-4 miles later down the highway. Then a fucking sheriff pulled me over. I told him I had a ticket. He goes, "You're not trying to weasel your way out of this one, pal." I was like, "No, here's the ticket." He went back to go validate it, and he goes, "Get it fixed." And he threw the ticket back at me.
That's actually pretty good on him. That he didn't give you another one because they can.
Yeah, I was like, shit, I don't know. I was fucking 18.
Yeah,
and I was just
because
like,
I've had where I had my stickers out or whatever for like years. Finally got pulled over, and then the guy was like, try to get home as soon as he can. He goes, but if you get pulled over again, it's up to that cop what they want. He gave me a warning. He goes, but if you get pulled over on the way home, he goes, get home. But if you get pulled over on the way home, they can give you another ticket. So I guess that was nice of the...
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know nothing about it. I thought I was like, hey, I already got it. Like, I know I got it.
Yeah.
So, and then luckily, I dropped that chick off, and when I got home, I didn't get pulled over again. But the next day, my mom went to go get it fixed and took it to the court to dispute it and all that bullshit. And then...
So you gotta pay a little bit.
No, we got it fixed. They just needed a video of showing us that it worked with the license plate registration.
Oh, okay.
And he showed the video to the lady, and she was like, okay. And then ticket got dismissed. And then a few months later, I was in Galveston. I went to a music festival. Was driving home. I was driving off the beach, but I had my windows rolled down. And then I get in the car and turn on the AC. The windows got real foggy because it was really humid out there.
Sure.
So I was like, fuck. And so it was just taking forever to go down, for the fog to go down. So I had my brights on because I couldn't see anything, and it's a beach road.
Because your windshield was foggy and your brights on?
So I had because there's no street lights. It was just all pitch black road.
Okay,
so my brights on, and I had my head out the window because I was like, I can't fucking see. So apparently a cop saw me. Yeah. So a fucking cop saw this and pulled me over. And he was like, is there any reason why you're driving reckless tonight? And I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I just came from the beach. I was like, the AC made my glasses all foggy. I was like, I can't see. I thought I was doing the right thing. Yeah. He goes, no, wait for it to defog and then start driving. I was like, okay. I was like, my bad. And he goes, okay. And then he left. So I didn't get a ticket or nothing. I was like, so those are the only times I've ever been pulled over.
Mine, I've gotten pulled over a few times, and but never that bad. Once was I had just gotten a car, I just moved back to Texas, my license was still from South Dakota, and so he pulled me over with the whammy, where it was, I didn't have insurance on the car, I just got the car the day before, I didn't have a Texas license, my residence was wrong, and I didn't have the registration either, so he caught me with all that, but it wasn't too bad. I went to go get everything. I got everything taken care of, but I still had to pay a fee because it was like, but it was reduced because it was
okay.
like you did do it, but it was like half. It was still like $500 though with all 3 of those
That
charges.
shit's so expensive.
Yeah. Another time I got pulled over taking Mrs. Teach home. I was going like 80 and a 65 on the highway, and he was like, "Why are you speeding?" I was like, "I gotta get her home by like 6." He was like, "There's no reason to speed," and that was like a $200 fine. But one that was the scariest one was I was in South Dakota. I had to have been at least like 15. In South Dakota, you can get a restricted license at 14, and everyone does. You can start driving at 14.
Mm-hmm.
You get your license, and it's called restricted because you can't drive like before 6 a.m. or after like midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So like there's just that period where you just can't be on the road. But you can go to school and all that. So I had been driving at 15, and I was trying to smoke. I'm not a pothead. I can't really smoke weed. I get really paranoid with it. But at the time, I was experimenting, and I had driven a friend. I worked at McDonald's. Me and my friend who worked at McDonald's went to another friend who worked at McDonald's, an older guy who were buying pot.
Mm.
And back in the day, I don't know what this would translate to now, but we called them quarters. It was a quarter of swag. So it was only $25. And I don't think that translates now because I don't think anyone buys swag. I think it's all Dro, and like a quarter of Dro is probably like $100 or something. I don't know because it's super expensive. Yeah,
And beyond
but
me.
it used to be called a quarter because it was $25. I think it might have been like a fourth of an ounce. Also, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But it was a quarter. I remember calling it a quarter. It was a good. It's about this big of weed. I don't know, right? But
Yeah,
it was cheap dirt weed. I mean, it was swag. So, anyways, we both buy our quarter. And we had smoked at this guy's place, and I don't do well with pot, but I was trying to front like I was cool. And I
Right.
was super just stoned and just not like, it was bad. And my friend needed a ride home, so I'm driving him home, and it was my first car. It was a 91 Chevy Trailblazer.
Man.
Older than me. I was born in 92, so it was older than me, right? And we're driving home, and I just remember telling my friend, like, fuck, I can't see the road. Like, why is it so fucking dark? And woo, fucking cop car pulls over. He goes, "You know why I pulled you over? I had passed a yellow light. I had just passed a yellow light, right? Like maybe like a couple blocks away. And so when he pulled me over, I said, I was freaking out. So I was like, was that yellow light like a red light? Like maybe I didn't register it. So I was like, was it because I ran a red light? And he was like, because your lights are not on. I forgot to turn my lights on.
No, I'm not.
Because I had learned how to drive on my dad's truck that the lights
And you
just
have to-
automatically turn on. This old ass car, you had to turn your lights on,
Yeah.
right? So I tell him, I ran a red light or something, and he was like, no, your lights are off. And meanwhile, when we got pulled over, me and my friend pull out, we had the weed on us. And
no.
throw it in the bag, right? Like, oh, fuck. Like, meanwhile, then I'm thinking about, like, Jesus, we could have been my eyes are so fucking red. Like, and I'm not very tolerant with weed, so I know my eyes are super fucking red.
You're fucking showing all the
I
signs.
really was
there.
ready to go to jail. Like, I was like, oh, fuck. 15 years old, my dad's gonna kill me. Like,
Right.
I'm already gonna have this fucking charge. But he ends up he writes me a ticket for the no lights on, and the running the red light that I didn't really run. I didn't run a red light
Because you said it, so
no,
you're
because I
like...
said it, he was able to say it, and that's what I was saying. Don't admit guilt because it wasn't a red light; it was a yellow light. But I just didn't know. I was like,
You're like, did I run?
I was like, did I run? I ran a red light, like as a inflex on the ending, like a question. But he was like, ran a red light,
Right,
no lights on.
He's feeling guilty for this. So,
Yeah,
like-
so that was probably the worst time. Only because, not that the repercussions were bad, because it wasn't really that bad. I ended up paying it, but I was so scared.
Like, did your dad say anything when you got home? Or?
No, well, it was easy to tell my dad because I ended, without the pot story, I just told him I didn't realize they had to turn the lights on, and I thought that, I just thought they were, I remember saying, like, I can't fucking see.
Like, why? Like, it's so fucking
And
dark.
I'm like, well, I learned on the truck that we had where the lights were on. I just thought they were really dim. I just started driving, and I was like, I didn't realize. I ran a yellow light, and I just said the red light, and I guess he tacked that on, and my dad was like, oh, okay, well,
Right. I remember, like, because when I got my first speeding ticket, like, I don't think I told my parents about the warning for the stop sign. But I was like, hey, I was like, I got a speeding ticket. And they were like, what? Like, what do you mean you got a speeding ticket? And this and that. Because it was kind of late. It was around like 11:30 midnight when I was taking that chick home. And they were all like, well, what were you doing driving out this late? I thought you were at the school doing rehearsal. I was like, yeah. I was like, but I took this girl out. You know, the whole cast went out to eat. And then I offered to give her a ride home. Wasn't the case, but I was just like, I was like, but, I was trying to be cool, and she had to get home, so I was trying to, one, be cool, and then, get her home too, so she didn't get in trouble, and I was like, but yeah, I was like, I told my parents, like, I messed up, and I was like, well, you're the one who's going to take care of this, he goes, because, that was your fault.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, but, so then I did the research, and I did the defensive driving, got the ticket dismissed, and then got that stupid certificate, and my parent gave it to my dad so he can get the discount for insurance, so it all worked out.
I haven't had too bad of experiences with that, and my superstition. Not gonna lie. I haven't. I drive pretty law-abiding.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like I'm a pretty safe driver.
On 410 when I'm going to school at A&M, I'd be going 80 because there's just so much fucking road on 410. And if the fucking cops go 80 on that road, but yeah. Anyways, okay. Yeah. Right. So there you go. Let us know.
Tell us your stories. Yeah, it's like we'll definitely share those.
What's the worst one? Was it because you were black? No, okay.
right.
Okay.
They would be dead. They wouldn't have.
Right. They were not able to email us anymore. Okay.
That's so fucked up. Sorry, guys, but who cares?
Well, that's just America right now. So it's not us. It's really just the situation
we're conforming to society.
That's just really how it works, apparently. Okay. What would you 3D print if a 3D printer didn't just print models, but the real thing? So that's an airy question because, to be honest, practically, I think I would just print a bunch of shit that I would just want around the house, like just random shit. Like I can't even think about just anything. Like
I was like, because you can't do like liquids,
right? Can't do liquids. I don't know. But the real thing, I guess. I mean, if it could print I'd print all my alcohol and all my cigarettes.
Yeah, I was like, a print
money and gold. Right.
Excuse me.
Contacts, so I don't have to keep buying fucking contact lenses.
Right.
Just keep printing them.
I guess what I would do would be pop dolls, because I collect those.
Pop dolls.
So, I mean, I have very valuable pop dolls. I mean, I would make the 3D printing of that. If it's going to make the real exact replica of the pop doll, then I would keep making copies of this fucking of these exclusives and these valuable ones, and just keep selling them, making all that money.
Yep.
We can do that.
Paintbrushes. I would probably use it just for I would never go to the grocery store.
I kind of use mine for greed.
Go to my 3D printer and if it could make milk and egg and cheese and all that
Right.
Yeah, that would. I feel like I'd be more practical with it. I would just do everyday shit. I'm assuming that this can't make money or
right. That's why I'm like
stuff to really get you above, because that's the golden goose. I don't think that's where it's the trajectory of that question was meant to be. I mean, if it was a fucking golden goose, I'd print a lot of money.
I was like, I would print everything I ever wanted.
I'd print tons of money and it would just buy everything.
I'll make a copy of my dick.
I got the dick. I don't got yeah.
Just to say, it was like, here you go, dear. And whenever I'm not in the mood,
I'd print a side chick, I guess, that I could just kill after because she's not a real. I don't know.
No conscience, no guilt.
It's not a real person. I don't know.
Right.
And I got dark real quick.
I was like, man. And I thought I was bad with making for greed, but no, yeah, that's a tough one. I don't know. It's like, how good is this 3D printer? Is it going to be
Yeah.
Is it going to make it to scale, or is it
didn't print models, but the real thing? It prints the real thing. I mean, where's the cap on the real thing? I don't know.
Yeah, it's that's what I would do. Those pop dolls.
Modestly, I would just take away groceries or stuff that you can eat and stuff like that. I'd probably just make stuff around the house. Right. I gotta go buy thumbtacks tomorrow, so I'd probably just print thumbtacks.
Right. It's oh shit, the light bulb went out.
The light bulb, yeah. There's always shit for shrines for like Buddhism, where they're like fucking expensive because you got to get them handmade and like just make that, just print
Right.
it. And, like,
There it's made.
Now I have it, so.
Right.
Yeah, so okay. Well, there you go. We answered all of our questions for that. Thank you
Let
guys.
us know what you would 3D print.
Yeah,
you know,
let
like,
us know. Thank
know.
you for emailing us.
Right. So oh, I forgot to show you. Actually, one of our fans sent me a design that they kind of came up for a T-shirt.
Wow.
It looked pretty cool. I'll show you after we finish recording because I gotta use my phone to do it. She sent it to me on Messenger, but it was pretty cool. It says "Who cares," and then it has like a glass with ice in it, and it says like "clink clink," and then like it looked really neat. It's like I'm kind of blanking on it now because I'm kind of buzzed. I just drank like pure Fireball on that first glass. But I'll show you the picture. It looked really neat. And she said she was going to play with a different design because that was what she came up with on her phone. So we're going to show us something else.
Who is this?
Danny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she showed the design. No, I'm not expecting her to like buy us T-shirts or nothing
Right.
like that,
No,
fully
we're
fund
just-
it. But it's cool to look at the designs. Maybe that's something we should look into one day.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
who cares merch? Let's make some money from these bitches. No, I'm just kidding,
You gotta
guys.
Spend the money to make
I was like, yeah, I was like, just kidding, guys, just kidding. Oh, that reminds me. So, I'm going to do a special shout out. I have a good friend of mine who I've made through another good friend of mine. He's creating something called, and I probably by the time this here, whatever, we've kind of had this like verbal agreement, like, oh, hey, yeah, I was like, I'll shout out your show. I'll shout out, your product on the show. He has started his own clothing company. It's going to have a bunch of different things. It's called Bear County Outfitters. It already has an Instagram page. I believe it has a Facebook page.
So it definitely has a Spurs logo.
No. So it's going to have Texas things because, he doesn't want to do a whole copyright infringement thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
here's kind of the mantra, kind of the recap of the mantra he made for me. It's like down here in Texas, what do a lot of people like to do in Texas? Tubing, the beach, hunting, fishing, da-da-da-da, right? And then, traveling too, road trips. When you go out on road trips, where's some kind of go-to places? You go to Academy, maybe Bass Pro Shop, Buc-ee's if you're already on the road. What do a lot of places sell? A lot of like generic T-shirts with kind of logos on them, right? Mm-hmm. It's a brand of shirt, but it has like something to do with Texas. Mm-hmm. Going fishing has a stupid fish on it, has something clever on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but he says a lot of this stuff is kind of the same. Same things like with Academy. A lot of these types of shirts are the same, but they're really expensive.
Yeah.
And you're paying for high prices for that maybe the best material.
Sure, it's like a Hanes fucking white shirt.
Yeah. So on St. Patrick's Day, because he's been doing this idea, he sent me, the logo, some of the stuff the design he's working on, but that's the name, Bear County Outfitters.
I love it already.
Yeah, right. And so it's a San Antonio company that's supposed to represent kind of that Tex-Mex, Southern person. Kind of like here, this is like homemade, this is homegrown in Texas. Because a lot of people like that local kind of thing,
Oh, yeah.
So he's already has a lot of T-shirts, he's going to get ready to go live selling it later on, I believe either this month or next month. But for when we went out for St. Patrick's Day, he made us all matching T-shirts. It says, St. Patty's Day,
Get fucked up.
pub run, right? Nothing crazy like that, but say St. Patrick's Day, pub run.
Yeah.
And it said Bear County Outfitters. And it was a really nice quality shirt, really comfy. I wear it from time
How
to
much
time
are
at
these
houses.
shirts?
He said it could range anywhere $15-20.
Okay.
He doesn't have a set price yet because he's still working on a lot of different things. But once the site goes live, I told him, I was like, hey, this is something I'm definitely going to promote on the show.
Yeah.
I was like, because I'm San Antonio,
Yeah.
you're San Antonio.
Oh, yeah.
We have our viewers are San Antonians.
Uh-huh.
Even if you're not San Antonio, he said he's going to have a lot of different like shirts that kind of like have country lyrics on them.
Yeah.
But not really
Well,
because
if you're not from San Antonio, you should want to be, and you can get a shirt.
exactly. So Bear County
And
Outfitters.
we'll send you the bill for the producing this or promoting it. Yeah. So
Well,
don't worry
all-
about it.
right,
You
it's
can
like-
send the swag. I'll send the address.
Right. It's like, he's got us covered. So I told him, I was like, hey, let me know when this stuff goes live. This is something I'm definitely going to support. I was
Yeah.
like, that's awesome. Because the way he talks about it is so much better than I'm shitting all over the description and promotion of it. But it's
Maybe
like,
we can get him on the show too.
yeah, and it's definitely something that is, like if you have something you want to promote, let us know. We'll definitely try our best to get if there's a cause you want to talk about. If there's something you're working on, let us know.
Oh, yeah.
This whole podcast is supposed to be not only talking about trending topics, being goofy, everything like that. If you have something you want to make us aware of, or we should make public, anything like, let us know. We'll definitely work on that.
Yes.
Because this is a open environment. We were joking during the smoke break that this is a heart-to-heart sessions and stuff. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like it's not just us.
It's a
You guys-
cleanse. Get it off your chest.
exactly. This
Write
show.
that email.
You guys are as part of the show as me and the teach are. So,
Yeah.
but you know, having a San Antonio guy make clothes for San Antonians, you know, and he wants to get it out there. He already has his permit to sell, everything like that. You know, definitely want to be very supportive of local businesses and everything. So, be on the lookout for that. Bear County Outfitters will probably definitely be something. If he does have the Facebook page up, I will be shouting out. But that whole T-shirt thing really reminded me of that. So I thought that was cool.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, let us know, guys.
Let us know.
That's all I got.
That's all I got too. I was like, we had a 3-hour episode the other
Yeah,
week, so
yeah.
so hope you guys enjoyed it. I know that one was a monster to listen to, but
It was a good one. I liked listening to it myself.
it was quality content. So
Quality
you know,
content, yeah.
quality filled from second to second. So, but yeah, we're a little bit tapped out. So a nice way to jump back from this mid-season finale, I guess. But yeah, so be on the lookout. Again, topics, products, anything you feel we should talk about, let us know any single day, every
Please.
time we'll get to it.
Yes.
So, but now we're going to be back on track. I don't have any more interruptions. Allergy season's almost
Yeah,
over.
yeah,
Listen here,
yeah.
pal. Listen here, pal.
We've heard this all before, David.
I was like,
See you guys next month.
bitch, whatever. No. I missed it. I miss doing this every week. I miss drinking. I miss talking. So, be back on track, just like how I was in the beginning. So,
Yeah,
got
that'll be
this.
good.
Alrighty. Well, again, as always, I'm David Clare.
And I'm the teacher. Bitch, you guessed it! Huh! No, don't do it.
No, I'm a virgin. No, I'm a virgin. No, I'm a virgin. No.